following presentation is brought to you by the Alberta Podcast Network.
That's a very cool intro, by the way.
Welcome to the Northern Nerdcast, the podcast that showcases the geeky, nerdy people, groups, and events in and around the city of Edmonton. Northern Nerdcast is a proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by APB. Visit their website at albertapodcastnetwork.com. If you like the show, we invite you to share it on all of your social media platforms and help grow our community of geeky, nerdy people, groups, and events in and around the city of Edmonton. Would you like to be a contributor to the show? For more information, visit our website at northernnerdnetwork.com. And now, here's the host of the show, Dan Shessel.
Hello, everyone out there in the podcast worlding. I don't know. Worlding is not a word.
It is now.
It's now a word.
It's out in the ether. You've put it out into the interwebs. It exists as a word now.
Yeah. Hello, everybody out there. Today we have a very, very special edition of the Nerdcast. I want to first say that this is 100 episode of the Nerdcast.
Yay! Episode 100.
We also have so many people here. I've kind of broken my rule tonight, the rule is 4. The rule of 4. We don't have any more people than 4 on a show ever.
So we'll be voting somebody off through the night.
Wait, no, it's 4 square. He's got kids.
Okay,
right.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, we did start.
He's bringing donuts.
Okay, and see, like tonight we are celebrating, and we are having donuts, and that's how like freshly made donuts. That we get to flaunt in front of.
Oh, I wish.
I believe they're jelly filled and cinnamon and sugar covered.
Yes.
Oh, they look delicious.
Amazing.
I can't take that right now.
I'm gonna put that there.
But as you can tell, we have a lot more people on the show than we normally do. I would like to introduce, of course, the co-hostess with the hostess. We got Kelsey Thompson. Say hello.
Hi, guys. This is so exciting. Thanks for being here for episode 100. You're the reason we got here, so thank you.
Yes. So we also have our lovely Samantha Woods.
Yeah, Sam. Woo-woo.
Marcus the Hirch.
Yes.
Not lovely? Well, clearly not as lovely as...
Not quite as lovely.
It's because I got my Elsa hair going on.
Nice.
And the bow.
With my bow. I was an elf today, so that was
nice.
Not for any reason, just because I went shopping.
And we also have Kelly Froese from the Edmonton Nerd List.
Who is totally not doing his social media at the same time.
This social
Totally
media
not.
guru.
Absolutely not. But I wanted to get that link right when we went live, and now it's up, and now I can just relax again.
No, that's it. Now you got to be off for another hour.
By the way, I'll do this one last thing. This is a homemade TARDIS Christmas hat.
Oh,
yes.
So,
nice.
eat your heart out, nerds. That's everybody, not just anyone specific.
I know several people who would sell several different body parts to lay their hands on such a fine toque.
Their body parts or somebody else's body parts? Because that's
doesn't matter.
don't really
they would
care.
be indiscriminate in their selling of body parts if it would procure them that hat.
We'll take payment and whatever body parts you want to send your way.
Well, you just got to make sure they're well packaged and nice.
They're hard to flip unless you really have a buyer.
Yes. So we are, like I said, we are celebrating 100. We're going to take a little bit of a look back into the year that was and a look forward into the year that is to come. I know. Deep.
It's like a bottle episode. Are we?
I know.
Is it a clip show?
I already know I have a story I want to hear because I heard it secondhand, but I want to hear it first person. So we'll ask about it later in the show. But Marcus, I'm going to ask you about something later.
So we will get to that.
Are we time traveling in Kelly's hat?
We're all going to jump. It's a lot bigger inside.
It's bigger on the inside, right?
That joke was terrible. I apologize to everybody out there. Yeah. That was bad.
Dad joke.
that was like low hanging fruit bad, like super. Yeah, I know. I apologize.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Sometimes if you don't go for the low hanging fruit, you starve. So
this is true. And
there's also
on this show, that's the way it is.
The low-hanging fruit is still there, so it might be bad. Poisonous, even.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
They can't all be gems.
So tonight, like I said, we are celebrating. We're having a good time. I'd like to ask Marcus what you got there, because we're gonna talk. We're gonna have like we usually do a what's on your geek shelf, but tonight we're drinking beer. So
What's in your geek glass?
what's in your bottle?
This is a fantastic Cascadian Dark Ale from Yukon Brewing. That's a word.
Brewing. Again, throwing that out in the ether. It is now a word.
Worlding.
From the Yukon, from Whitehorse.
What's it called?
oh, sweet. Right on.
I've had a couple of their beers. They're really, really good. This is a very nice dark.
It's legit from Whitehorse. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knew, right?
Can I smell? I'm not gonna drink.
No, have that.
Oh, it kind of smells like it's a good dark ale. Like, it smells like a little bit like
Yeah,
Guinness.
it's really
That's
good.
cool. I'm drinking peppermint tea because I'm lame. So, you know.
Peppermint tea is not lame. It's great.
This is true.
It's holiday-y.
Mm-hmm.
And I was feeling a little tired, so I went for the espresso stout. It's also from Yukon Brewing.
That's the Midnight Sun.
Midnight Sun.
Strange
Nice.
done by the Midnight Sun.
This is true.
I actually grew up under the
Nice.
Midnight Sun.
Oh yeah, that totally smells like espresso. Like
The Northern.
It's very-
wow, that's very coffee.
It's very coffee. It's very coffee. That's a thing.
Coffee.
And yes, that is Sam's real hair.
Yes, this is not a clip-in. This is like legit my hair. People are like, "Hey, are you playing Elsa?" And I was like, "I'm just gonna let that comment go."
Oh.
You are on fire this evening. Sam had a couple good ones before we started. I've got a feeling that it's going to be an amazing evening. Keep them coming.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
people always are like, "Oh, is that a clip-in? Is that your real hair?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's my real hair." And they're like, "No." I'm like,
This is
"Yeah,
my real
it's
hair.
Yes.
If you ever asked.
Or this is.
I know
your
it
real
looks
hair?
like
Oh.
Lego man hair that I
Okay,
just sort of
just
plunk
click
on
on.
my
Yeah.
bald
It
head.
kind of does.
It's legit.
That's good.
It's much better than my hair that I keep under the hat for a reason.
He just needs to learn how to style it better.
How about our fine friend, Mr. Froese? What are you drinking this evening? What is your beverage du
I'm
jour?
doing what I do at the start of every movie. I've already had all of my my liquids, so I'm sitting here with nothing right now.
You pre-drank for the podcast.
I did. I got into the spirit of things early because I knew this was a very special edition of the Northern Nerd List.
Woo!
What are you drinking, Chels?
I have myself a little Irish fog action happening here. So I, like you, opted for the tea, but I've got some Baileys in it to help me along.
That's nice.
Nice.
Apparently, Bailey's comes in a peppermint form now too.
I think that-
And salted caramel, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah, Trina went
Salted
to a
caramel
preschool
Baileys.
baking like cookie exchange thing, and she ended up getting the door prize, which was Bailey's. It was like
Yeah, that happens at schools. They just give parents booze.
yeah.
Here.
You have your kids for 2 weeks. You're gonna need this.
It's like we understand your kid now.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, your kid is why we drink. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to bring in the schools.
You're not allowed to drink in schools anymore?
So my mom's a admin assistant or something. I don't know. She's been in the school board for forever. And like one of their staff meetings or whatever, I was like, "Oh, hey, I'll swing by and drop this thing off." And I brought them a bottle of wine. And my mom was like, "You can't keep that here. You have to take that out. We're not allowed to have liquor." And she went on this whole big rant. And I was like, "Oh, I thought you could drink a lot more." All right, I'll just take this home then. Thanks, Mom.
They do,
The more
just
you
not
know.
on school grounds.
Yeah.
I worked in a school board, and we would get liquor from parents all the time.
Yeah, that's a thing that people bring their teachers.
I'm sorry. You have to take care of my children for 8 hours a day.
This is the reason why
Here
we
you
drink.
go.
Yeah.
See, we have Bailey's out of our house this year. It's usually a staple around Christmas, but we got onto Hanson Distillery in Edmonton, has like a chocolate cream liqueur stuff, and it is deadly good. It's so good.
Word of the wise, the chocolate cream liqueur, like Sex on the Beach that comes in the bottle. If you crack it, put it in the fridge, because if you forget about it, it goes.
Yeah, the stuff with the real cream you got.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yep.
Just
no one wants it.
put it in
Curdled.
Put it in the fridge. That's all I can say. Just put it in the fridge. It's open. Put it in the fridge.
Good advice.
Yeah.
We all appreciate that.
Learn from my bad experience. Put it in the fridge.
Thanks for sharing, Sam.
No problem. I like to share life lessons. I think they're good.
They're so great.
This is like, please, I've already experienced the pain, and I don't think you want to experience the pain.
I feel like maybe, Dan, for the new year, we need to add a new segment, Life Lessons with Sam.
I think that is a thing that we just need to. We'll just bring her on just for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Every episode.
She'll be like, all right, kidlets, listen up. Worldly advice.
How to get blood out of the carpet.
Good advice as well. Yeah. I mean, yes.
You got to get to that. You can't just leave that. You got to get it before it really sets.
Well, this is how podcasting works. It'll be in the new year, so tune in.
Okay.
Ooh, get that hook.
Time, because this will be our final episode before the new year. Because yes, it is Christmas time. We are taking a little bit of a break between here and the new year.
Everybody's got stuff to do.
Yeah. And so much so that I actually apologize to all our fans out there, because I did forget to post a podcast this week.
You did forget.
I did.
Yeah, you did forget. You said you didn't forget.
No, I did.
Yeah, I know you did, but you said I didn't forget.
Okay. Anyways, I forgot. I forgot to put the podcast out because, well, we had the podcast party this week.
Yeah, we did.
We went to go see Star Wars.
Yeah, don't talk to me about it.
Oh, yeah, shush your mouth. I haven't seen it yet.
This is what happens. I'm wearing all my Star Wars gear tonight, and that is as much as we're going to go into Star Wars tonight. That's all. And say it's a good movie. Go watch it. That's it. Other than that, yeah. I had so much other stuff as well, because we had Nehemiah's birthday party this weekend.
Which was Star Wars themed.
Which was also Star Wars themed. So we set up all for that kind of stuff. I had the kids. Trina was out all week. So she was out.
I saw her last weekend. Or was it last weekend or the weekend before? At market at Happy Harbor.
Yes, she was at Happy Harbor Comics with Sam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In my mini nukes. Didn't sell.
No, they didn't. It wasn't very crowd.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who doesn't want to buy pretend tiny thermonuclear devices?
Well, we kept trying to sell
that
them
were
as candy
hollow
dishes,
inside.
too.
Yeah.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, you take the word pretend out of it, and you've got a market.
You just have that in really tiny fine print.
Mini
and
nukes.
Massive market.
Yeah.
Does not contain real nukes.
Yeah.
Do you legally have to put that on there?
No
May
plutonium.
Not contain.
Yes.
Oh, may contain.
Ambiguous.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this one didn't have one. I got to buy another one. Maybe
Darn.
it'll be in that.
Yes.
There you go.
Just keep trying.
Like a surprise bag, right?
Exactly.
It's like a really bad loot box.
You know, if you take apart enough smoke detectors, you could probably set off some sort of radiation.
Packs of Magic the Gathering, where you keep looking, keep buying the assorted packs, looking for the legends.
Well, if you take apart enough smoke detectors, there's enough. You can probably set off some kind of detector. Yeah. There's got to be some street cred for putting a mini nuke together that'll set off a radiation detector.
My government after you, and then you just have so much paperwork, and that just sounds like way more hassle than anybody needs nowadays.
Oh, it's just a great marketing tool, I guess. If you were going to mass produce it, I guess.
I'm sorry. I think we're talking about nuclear devices a little too much, and the
Do we want to talk about nuclear power?
Yeah.
About 3 minutes.
AA
Well, how come?
up on our nuclear power.
Oh, he is watching this episode, by the way.
Why are we getting so many views from North Korea all of a sudden? You know? It's weird. And then the CSA guy 1012 or 102.
Aaron,
That's
The NSA guy.
Aaron
Sorry.
dragging these people in.
Hey, I'm all for nuclear power.
I am too.
I think it would be like a really good, as long as like safety standards are set and everybody's like, Chernobyl, and I was like, did you
We also live in the middle of Alberta.
like,
Not a lot of earthquakes.
Not a lot of earthquakes.
as long as everything's maintained, nuclear power is fine. It's
The
also
worst you
wonderful.
got is a tornado.
Build it underground.
Yeah.
There you go.
And look, Aaron's got people that can help with that. So
Perfect.
we just like
Yeah.
get on that.
Anyways, we're going to take a quick little bit of a break here. And we'll get back to talking a little bit more about the Nerdcast that was and is and will be to come. All right.
Is this like a commercial break? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, indeed.
That is fancy.
I know, right?
Is it an
So
ATB?
fancy.
Is it ATB? Is that what it is?
It is ATB. We are going to be talking a little bit about ATB. So,
Do we do the dance?
no, you don't have time right now. The ad is happening right now.
ATB.
So we are going to be talking a little bit about ATB, but we're going to talk a little bit about one of the programs that ATB has on right now at the moment, and that is ATB Cares. Now, if you go to ATB's website and hit the ATB Cares tab on there, no, ATB Cares.
They were listening.
They were listening. They still do listen. So if you do go to atb.com/lessons, but they do care before this.
I hope they care.
Go to ATB Cares. And we went to the podcast meetup, or not meetup, but the podcast party that was on Monday there. Tuesday. That's right. And they all gave us like a $20 gift card that we can
Nice.
for any of our charities.
That's awesome.
Yes, right here. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to take this $20 and donate it to Stars Air Ambulance. And because Marcus over here was actually carried in Stars Air Ambulance. Do you want to talk a little bit about that for a second?
Sure. Yeah, Stars just released a video on Sunday, sort of last Sunday, on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So you can check that out. They sort of tell my story. The short version is I was in a collision at work, broke both my legs, got stuck in my car. Took like an hour and a half to get me out of the car, and it was really cold, so it wasn't feeling so hot. Stars was there on the road waiting for me to get out of the car. They loaded me up, then took me off to the hospital, and I'm still alive. I'm not dead. So, yeah.
We're all really glad about that.
Yes.
Yay! Thanks, Stars, for saving Marcus, because he's an awesome human being.
Yeah.
And so the reason why I'm bringing this up is because you can actually donate through ATB, and they actually up your donation. 15%.
They match it?
So if you donate $20, what's math? I'm not.
I don't know. man.
$3.
I know I'm
$3.
a banker, but
$3.
So
They
they
donate-
give you $3.
They donate
So-
$3.
ATB will match 50% of every dollar donated in a program.
Wow.
It is non-religious charities. So, and they have over 84,000 different charities to choose from.
I was going to ask if they had like a list of charities.
They do.
Yeah, they do. So if you go to,
I don't wanna
you just
go through there,
just
but,
keep scrolling through.
I gotta get my top 10 and then narrow it down.
So, like, are we?
It was still going.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's like on ATB Cares, basically, you pick a cause, just donate. ATB goes, and then they match.
Awesome. So go check that out. ATB Cares.
Yeah.
See, that's why we have text messaging. So, like I said earlier, we are going to talk a little bit about the year that was and the year that is to come. But first, we're going to start off with the year that was. And by doing that, I want to ask you guys, what was some of your guys' favorite things that you guys did, like sort of events or things that you may have gone to this year? I'm going to start with Marcus.
I really, really loved Edmonton Expo. It was my first time going in like as a cosplayer, and that was super fun. Really, really cool. Got to meet a bunch of people that I chatted with online. Got to show off my stuff. Got to do a panel with you and Kelly, and yeah, it was fantastic. Definitely my nerdy highlight of the year. That was super awesome.
See, can we take a sidebar for a moment, just because you've opened up the door so nicely. This is the story that I want Marcus to share with all of us. I want the first person retelling. Marcus. First person retelling? Yeah. So, would you grace us with the story of the visceral experience of being called a bitch by John Rhys Davies?
Absolutely. That was definitely one of my highlights of the con. That was so much fun. So on Sunday, I got to hang out with Dan and Trina for a lot of the day, partially because I couldn't get somebody else to go with me, and I had like T-Rex arms in my costume and couldn't get my helmet off or anything. And so they said, hey, we're going to go meet John Rhys Davies and do like a little media scrum interview with him. Do you want to come? I'm like, sure, that's fantastic. I'd love to meet this guy. He's excellent. He's Gimli, which is amazing. And I've seen a ton of really bad movies with him in it, because that used to be a thing that I did with my buddies in university. We get like the worst VHS movies we could find in the video store when
those existed.
And so we found this one called The Chupacabra Terror, and it was atrociously bad. Like it was, it's worse than the title sounds. So I'm like, Ben told me the day before, hey, we're going to interview John Rhys Davies. And I wanted so badly to like find a DVD copy of this movie and get it signed, but like there's no video stores anymore. And the ones that do exist,
it was probably hard to find what video stores were.
So you got to overnight it from Amazon, Marcus.
I know, I didn't have time though. So we went, and I was in like my armor, but I had my helmet off. And so Dan and Trina were talking to him and asked him intelligent questions. And then I said, well, sir, I've got a question. I said, I used to watch these really bad movies with friends of mine in university. And I said, we saw one called Chupacabra Terror. And he's a wonderful, gracious man. He sort of sat back and went, oh, you bitch. And he laughed. It was fantastic. So then he told us all about being in the Chupacabra Terror, which is, if you like watching B movies, it is like the B-est of B movies. It's phenomenally terrible. But yeah, he called me a bitch, and unfortunately, he sort of sat back. So Dan.
No, I had the microphone. This microphone here is very omnidirectional. So it's just, I have to be pointing it at the person, and you were asking the question, and I did not.
That's what it was.
I did not.
He responded faster than we could re-mic him. But yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, the weird thing was,
I was so excited for the rest of the day. Like, Gimli called me a bitch. That's so.
Did you like put your nerd card out and be like?
Yeah, that's. Under the Eye, called a bitch by a member of the Lord of the Rings cast.
Yes.
He's a funny guy. He tickled me under the armpit. He was. Yeah.
Okay, so now that the door is open, Kelly, I want to hear that story.
Well, they had a media event a few nights before the expo, and I kind of had a last-minute invite. And, like it was a surprise guest, and they didn't say who was coming, but it wound up being John Rhys Davies. And after he was done talking, and they had Sam Maggs was interviewing him, he came down, he did a little meet and greet, and as soon as he got off the stage, he said, I'll take 2 gin and tonics, in that big, rough voice. And of course, he got 2 gin and tonics, and then everybody was asking him. For about an hour, he was just telling stories and hanging out and just working. It's like he was born to work that particular room, just telling stories. And then he was Anybody, he would take, anybody got a picture. Anybody walked up, and so sure enough, I got a buddy to take a picture. And he puts his arm around me. I put my arm around him, and I'm smiling. He looks at me and then takes his hand and just sticks it under my armpit and starts tickling me. What? And so I've got a couple of pictures. One of them's kind of dead face, just straight on, and then the other one's, what the hell's going on? And then he kept doing it. Like every single person that came in after that, he just tickled them under the armpit. It's like his move. It's awesome. But
And you were the first.
No, I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention to anybody else getting their pictures taken before that. So I probably wasn't even the first. That's probably something he's been doing for years.
One of my really good friends, she dresses as the 66 Catwoman, and Julie Newmar was at Edmonton, however many years ago. And so she was like, I have to wear this. I have to. And so she was there. And it was the question and answer panel. And so her and I are sitting together, and then like a few friends of ours were sitting behind. And they were like, every time Kristen would go lift her hand, because it's in the Catwoman claws, you just see this clawed hand come up, and they laugh. And Julie Newmar called her up and called her Gooshy.
Ooh.
So it was like,
yeah. It sounds awesome.
Oh, yeah, and coming from Julie Newmar, you're like, I don't know what this means, but this is amazing.
I know.
Right?
Julie Newmar called me
whatever. Yeah, so that she, but there's always those like little moments where you're like, yes.
Check.
And one of the guys from Supernatural, I think, I didn't know who it was, but he was sort of striding past down the hall and had sort of a little entourage.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, cool costume, man. I'm like, thanks, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
Short blonde hair or longer brunette hair.
Okay. Hi, Ben.
Yeah, so Ben, I think he's a little confused by the remark that your wife made on your Twitter, your account.
That's what I think's probably going on.
Or open relationships. We're friendly here. Whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
not my husband, but, whatever.
It's himself.
I saw that, but Marcus could have a husband.
That's also named Marcus.
In my costume. Yep.
That's his name.
No, but I know Marcus.
It's a modern world.
But Marcus could be posting saying, "Yay, stars is my favorite husband-saving device," implying that Marcus himself has another husband.
Yes.
Oh.
That's what I'm getting at.
No,
true.
but he's saving him for later.
Yeah.
Hi, husband.
Oh.
There we go.
Yep.
On that note, what was everybody else's favorite moment?
Oh God.
Yeah. What's yours?
Well, my year's been a little.
Up and down.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year. A lot of life lessons that have happened this year. I don't know what's a really positive thing. Oh God, what was the positive thing I did? Regina was really fun. Doing Regina this past year.
Said no one ever. Well, until now.
Well, Regina's my party con when I can't make it to Winnipeg.
Nice.
The con there is small, and it's hosted in like. Basically, we do cattle auctions, so it smells like cow. But
do they have an auctioneer like announcing the cosplayers?
No, it's just an open floor venue, right?
Okay.
But it's a really cool con because it allows for it's a bigger con that feels like a small con.
Cool.
So that part's really cool. Even though it smells like poop everywhere. And the community down in Regina is very they're new and upcoming to cosplay, and so there's tons of people that want to learn about stuff. So that's always really intriguing, especially because somebody who's like I've been cosplaying for over a decade now.
It's been a very long time.
It's a very long time. Yep. My friends joke because one of the first years in that Regina happened, I got interviewed and they called me Woods. And a decade of cosplay, and I was like, "Oh, I'm old now." So I go to Regina as the party con, and we do our suit up events. So you wear a fancy dress, wear a suit, go out for dinner, get drunk,
Nice.
So, but usually we try to. So if I can't make Winnipeg, which the con's a piece of shit. I hate the con there. It's just awful. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say that. It's a piece of poop.
You can't say Winnipeg on this.
Now I have to put the tag on.
I'm sorry. The Winnipeg con is is not a good con. But the after parties are amazing. So we go for the after party. Use a Crowbar Radio after party hosted by Kid Remington. He's a really good friend of mine, and that's usually one that I really enjoy.
I met him again this year.
You met him?
Oh yeah, he was doing a big cosplay. Everybody loves him. He's just had like 1,000 people for that one photo shoot.
Yeah, he does the photo shoot every year.
The Joker guy.
Yeah.
Super
He's one of my jokers.
Nice.
Him and I went to
because you do Harley Quinn.
I do Harley a lot.
We've also had him on the show once.
Yeah.
He didn't. His face was not on our show. Just his little icon because
Joker logo.
He's. I don't know. He's very much not. He doesn't want to be seen.
Yeah, he's a step back guy, which is good.
But he also has his own like radio, internet radio.
It's not a podcast.
It's not a podcast. I can't call it a podcast. It's an internet radio show.
It's podcast-like.
Yes.
But it's an internet radio show.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy. I like him. We went to Dragon Con together. Really good guy. Nice.
Hell yeah. No, he's solid.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Broke a toe at Dragon Con, but that was a few years ago.
Yours or something?
Mine. Dragon Con's one of those like cons you go to where like you're just like, what happened?
I will, Aaron.
You're gonna break a bone coming out of there.
I don't even know. Yeah. Oh yeah, Aaron.
I want to go.
You should.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Yes. And mostly food expensive. Every meal's about $25, including breakfast. So usually you like go to the breakfast buffet and you eat for like 2 hours. So you're like, I'm uncomfortable full. And you go back to your room.
then you're good for the rest of the day until.
Yeah.
So let me quickly go around the table real quick. I just want to ask everyone, what's your dream con to go to, Sam?
Oh, dream con that I haven't been to
Yes.
yet? I want to go to Celebration. I want to go to the Star Wars con.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's already taken. You can't do it now.
Dublin.
Yeah, I was going to
Dublin's
say Star Wars Celebration or Dragon Con, but Sam shot Star Wars. So Dragon Con.
Dragon Con. Chelsea, what about you?
The original con that started it all in
San
Francisco.
San Diego?
Yeah, San Diego. Right, yeah.
Send something.
How about you, Kelly?
Big.
I haven't been to San Diego, and I haven't been to Gen Con either, so it's a bunch of things I'd like to go see.
I heard good things about Emerald City, too.
I would like to probably a PAX. Any of the PAX would be good to go to, I think, for me, because I'm a big video game guy, right? So E3 is one I always wanted to go to when I was like growing up, because I always fantasized E3, but that has been so not the con I want to go to anymore.
I used to want to go to BlizzCon when I was like,
BlizzCon?
wow.
Yeah, that's
all the time, and
that would be a lot of fun.
I grew up playing Warcraft.
Speaking of crazy cosplay contests, I've watched videos of the BlizzCon cosplay contests. Actually, one of my favorite to date that I have ever seen is so when you die and respawn, the angel that's in the graveyard when you die and respawn. There was an amazing cosplay. I forget how many years ago now, but in one of the videos that I watched of one of the BlizzCon costume contests, it was awesome.
I've seen some crazy Overwatch stuff, mostly coming out of the
Yeah.
and like, or it was Overwatch and the it's not League of Legends, it's whatever came out of that.
Like still Blizzard though you're talking about.
Yeah. Not Hearthstone.
Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm. Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some really, really good ones out of that too.
There's a local guy that Schnitzel does cosplay. I don't know. Well, you saw him at Extra Life there, Daniel.
Yeah.
Like that was an amazing Reinhardt. Like just
he was amazing looking. Like really. I mean, if you go back into our stream, I can't. I'm pretty sure he's there somewhere.
Oh yeah, he was.
Three Hills or something. I know I've seen pictures of him and Mike, who does the Halo.
We had Mike over playing Rocket League, and I'm sure we annoyed Kelly because he was sitting beside us for Extra Life, and we were playing Rocket League, and we were so rowdy during that time.
It's impossible to not be rowdy playing that game.
It is such a fun game.
Yep.
It didn't bother me at all, man. I was pretty deep into that Destiny raid for like
you were right into the raid there.
Hours. And that's a great segue. I'm just going to call it back to me because that was my favorite moment of the year, was doing 24 hours of Extra Life. Well,
I'm gonna have
about 24 hours of Extra Life.
4 hours.
He already did it.
I stole it.
Card and
Yeah.
we're gonna hoist you by it.
No, Extra Life was good. I won't steal it, but yes, you're right. Extra Life
We
was
can share it.
a lot of fun.
You're
We had
working
such a
on
good
me
time.
because I had to bail on it, and you're
Yeah.
still making me feel bad about
I am,
it.
but Kelly got to sit beside me, so I
That's
mean,
good.
Yeah, that was
Well done with it.
this is true. I got
That's
text
pretty
messages from Sam and Trina.
We had a lot of wine and watched some really terrible movies, like House
Nice.
Bunny,
Like
like girly.
Chupa
terrible-
Gabra Terror.
No, but like girly
Yes.
bad movies.
Highly recommend that.
Okay,
Yeah.
next time we're gonna watch.
I don't think Trina will want to watch Super Girl.
No one has wanted to watch Chupa.
We're gonna watch this Prince or whatever that's on Netflix. We're gonna watch that one and have some wine.
Nice.
I hear it's bad but good. So
Wasn't it Netflix that had?
They were like calling people out.
They were
for,
calling people out for like.
watching Return of the King
No.
every day for a year.
It was that. It was that
That's the
Prince
one I saw.
movie,
the Christmas Prince.
the Christmas Prince.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, I
the
saw
19 Days Straight or something. Like, who hurt?
Are you okay?
Get it that you're watching our every move Netflix, but don't out it and make it awkward for
I
everyone.
get really mad when Netflix is like, "Are you still watching?" And I'm like, "Of course I'm still
Don't
watching."
stop judging me.
Yeah.
On episode 5 of Punisher.
I
It's
know
2 in the
I've
morning,
been
and-
watching Bones.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm
oh,
sorry. I
so
left you for
terrible.
5 seconds.
Again. So I watch it all the way through to the end, and then I start again. And I watch
You're
it
gonna
all the-
get tweeted about by Netflix.
Oh, probably do it. Do it. Because like I have some continuity errors that I need to talk to those people about because I am pissed. Because like I was watching it and I was like, wait. This guy that you have playing a completely different guy in season 4 was a deadbeat dad who stole his kid. And he's playing somebody else now. This doesn't make any sense. You can't use cross characters. What is this?
That's sloppy casting.
It's still irritated with the case, the Big Bang Theory. The very first episode, Sheldon's like, I'm allergic to cats. And then when he breaks up with Amy Farrah Fowler, and he gets a whole bunch of cats, and he's like, this one's named Dazzle. And I'm like, but he's allergic to cats. Like, what is this? You can't just you said he's allergic to cats. And they didn't even like play it off like where Leonard goes, hey, I thought you were allergic to cats. And he's like, I lied. Or he's like, I'm taking allergy meds.
I'm eating Benadryl like candy.
Yeah, anything. But no, they just don't acknowledge it. And it's just like,
You have broken me out of this. I am not watching Big Bang Theory ever again.
and
Smoke bomb.
Done. I'm out of here.
oh, I feel like I should answer Ben's question here. I've heard some very weird things about Dragon Con. Yes. And they're all true. It's a very adult con. After like 7 o'clock. So if you don't want to see some like weird stuff, just stay in your room. That's
Good
kind of
advice.
it.
Again, life lessons with Sam. It's totally going to be a new segment now, Dan. It has to be.
That might have been the best promo for Dragon Con you'll hear, though.
It's great. It's really good. It like I did absolutely nothing the entire time of Dragon Con. Like there was a lot of people watching and I was never bored and it was a ton of fun. And they have like dance parties and then like multiple dance parties that'll happen and they have different like panels and more alternative panels too and stuff. And they allow a lot of different types of more adult costumes and adult
So people dressed up
Yeah.
as like tax forms and stuff. That kind
yeah,
of
that
thing?
forms.
Good.
So, sorry, Aaron, your comment is being held for review.
But yes,
Did
Aaron, that's very much what I mean. Aaron said a genital word.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oh.
I'm going to go around the table real quick again because I mean we have so many people here on the show, and we only have so much time. But I want to know what you guys' perhaps your favorite movie this year has been so far. We're going to start with Chelsea.
Oh, geez. Oh. I don't know. I finally got around to watching a couple the other night that I had been meaning to watch for a while. The Foreigner with Jackie Chan and Atomic Blonde. And I appreciated both very much for the fight choreography. Both of them were well done. Yeah.
I've seen Atomic Blonde. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Which one?
Atomic Blonde.
Yeah.
That was a lot of. It's a really fun movie to watch.
I think one of my favorite parts that I appreciated when it happened, I was like, oh my God, that's like the best choice ever in terms of like the believable storytelling of a fight. So especially in spy movies or action movies where the hero has like ridiculous skills, they get the snot beat out of them and like it doesn't even register. They don't get tired, they don't slow down, right? And towards the very end of the movie when she's doing the big long fight into the apartment after the guy she's trying to save gets shot.
Hashtag spoilers. Thank you, Kelsey.
And you're welcome. Anytime.
Somebody dies in that movie?
Wait a second.
And she's just...
There's a fight scene?
In a spy movie?
That whole movie's like a fight movie. The whole movie's a fight scene.
She's kicking butt, giving as much as she's getting, but she's getting the crap beat out of her, but it actually registers. And there's this moment where she gets like completely taken to the floor and she goes to stand up and is so like exhausted and injured from fighting that she just like completely falls back over against the door. And just that like tiny little moment, I was like, oh my God, that's like one of the best moments in the entire fight because it's actually believable that you would be that crazy, sore and tired and hurt and exhausted from a fight like this. So I really enjoyed it. It was really great to watch.
Awesome. Kelly, how about you?
I haven't seen as many movies this year as I thought I was going to, but it's been a busy year. But I finally saw John Wick on Netflix too, and that made me think of Atomic Blonde. Made me think of John Wick, and that was a really good one.
Great movie. It really is. The whole dog thing makes me so.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there ever was a noble cause for revenge, it's going after the guys who murdered the puppy that was the final gift from your dead wife.
Ooh.
Spoilers!
Spoilers, yeah.
Chelsea's just spoiling everything.
Don't tell me about John Wick.
Put this tag on now, thank you. I'm gonna
Don't tell me about John Wick 2.
Put the explicit tag on now.
Well then, John Wick 2. No, I won't.
Wait, is that did we like break the ice now? Can we swear as much as we want now? Because I learned some new words the other day, and I didn't think I did. No, never mind.
I got it.
Can we spoil as much as we want now, too?
No!
We got spoilers,
No!
right? Like,
Okay.
then we would just be like, beep, 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 beep.
Is it the same fight choreographer?
Oh, that's really.
That's
I know
cool.
they trained together for John Wick 2 and Atomic Blonde. They were doing training together.
Oh,
Cool.
Keanu Reeves and Charlize Theron.
yeah. I did not know that.
He was
The
helping
more you
teach her
know,
judo.
I
There
mean,
you go.
I'm learning things all through this whole episode. It's amazing.
Yeah,
How
Keanu
about you,
Reeves
Marcus?
helped teach Charlize Theron judo.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, we sort of had a row of going to movies together for a while. Me and you were practically dating there.
I know it was amazing.
Did you guys
I've
hold hands?
watched tons of
Perfect mix.
really fun movies. Like Thor was just so much fun to watch.
I missed that one.
Really? Oh.
I'm
And I took my wife for some reason instead of you.
I know.
It was weird. It was like I was cheating
Thanks.
on you.
Trina also went to see Thor and Wonder Woman. 2 movies I haven't seen.
I know.
I wish
Thor,
Seen Wonder
You
Woman.
need to get on
I
that.
will go on a date with you because I need to see Thor.
Thor, so much fun. Star Wars is Star Wars.
Have you
and
did
I
see
went
it?
with the kids. Yeah, I took the kids after.
No. We're just saying it's good. We're just saying it's
I'm not
good.
going to say anything.
No, it's
There's
fine.
Lots of people, lots of opinions.
Yes,
Whatever.
there's a lot of mixed opinions from a lot of people.
Yeah.
just go see it for yourself and go make your own decision. That's all I'm saying.
What's the saying? You could be the sweetest, juiciest, tastiest peach, but there still be people out there that hate peaches.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
If you give 10 people $100, some of them are going to be mad that you didn't give them 1,000.
Yeah,
it's just the way
It's just the way it works.
So Hitman's Bodyguard, which was really, really fun. Spider-Man was awesome. Guardians is always a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a couple other ones, but
Dark Tower.
Yeah, the Dark Tower was terrible. Broke my heart. Broke my heart.
Well, that's because you were a fan of it. That's the problem.
So excited about that. And like I've read all the books.
I was not happy with it either.
I've read all the comics. I love that series of books, and the movie was just a giant turd. Idris Elba was excellent as Roland. I totally bought him playing that character.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie is terrible. Don't watch it.
Sad.
The number one movie I think for me for the year though is Logan, because that movie
it was
3
so
or 4
good
times, and I cry at the end of it like the world is coming to an end every single time. And like, spoiler alert, Chelsea. The scene with Laura.
I haven't seen this yet.
And well, there's a scene with Laura and Logan, and she calls him Dad, and I lose it. I am just a mess and a soggy lump of a human being.
Yeah,
I love that movie. Love that.
It's a great movie.
It's so good.
It's a great movie.
It's everything I wanted from that movie. It was phenomenal.
How about you, Sam?
I have been a terrible nerd this year, and I haven't seen anything.
You've had some things happen.
Life has happened.
Life has happened.
So let's see. I haven't seen Thor. I haven't seen Wonder Woman. I haven't actually even seen Batman versus Superman.
Wonder Woman's great.
Okay.
Watch Wonder Woman.
I've been doing a lot of.
We're gonna go see Thor now.
Yeah,
this is gonna happen.
Can we go to the VIP theaters? I have never been.
I will have to pass that one through my wife first.
Okay. I like to take Dan on new experiences.
No, I've gone to I've gone to the VIP theater. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Trina just might be mad because I'm going without her.
Well, maybe I'll treat her. I'll go and then I can go.
She's not allowed to go see Thor again.
I won't go see Thor with her. I will go. I said I was going to go with you. Trina and I will go to a different.
Okay. All right. You can. Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, I watched Hitman's Bodyguard. That was
so much fun, right?
Really good. Baywatch. I watched Baywatch. Oh my god. Shut up. I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Okay. Just about anything. They watched
it is bad, but it's good, and it's like so bad that it is good.
Yeah, no,
they all like they take themselves super seriously, and there's a lot of fourth walling, which I love, especially as somebody who watched Baywatch. And there's a lot of like
who didn't watch Baywatch when you were growing up? I mean, really.
Aaron didn't watch Baywatch. I know. Aaron
What?
Did. Well, I'm guessing Aaron didn't watch Baywatch.
I watched an episode of Baywatch Nights.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I remember that was a thing.
It was for a little bit.
I mean, you can't knock it. You know who got their start on Baywatch? Aquaman himself.
Jason
Momoa.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, Ryan Reynolds originally got one of his first starts on the X-Files as a horny teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's progressed so much since then.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm learning so much today.
Do you remember the episode of the X-Files where there's like the 2 teenage witches?
No, I've only got so far.
Vaguely.
First season, second season, and he's one of the boys that both of them want, and they shove him off a cliff or something.
Oh, maybe I did.
He died.
So he's gone from horny teenager to Deadpool, which is horny teenager in spandex.
Yeah,
with guns.
Basically. Yeah.
There was a Van Wilder midpoint in there too.
Right. Yep.
It's like.
Yep. I like that.
He's like my he's on my list. Yeah. Or whatever, right?
Mine too.
Your celebrity list.
My celebrity list.
We should compare lists later.
See, I was right. Aaron did not watch Baywatch.
Wow. All right, Aaron. Okay.
I watched.
Now, what?
What?
We're talking about movies. There is this movie on Netflix, and I cannot remember the name. But
a challenge.
Convert. What was it? It's like a kind of a Christmassy one. She finds her husband's cheated on her, and she goes back to this small town, and she meets a pastor and discovers religion. And I'm not a religious person. I found it a very cute movie. I enjoyed how it was all presented, and it made me super happy. So
Awesome.
it's good. Yeah.
I'm gonna put this out there right now. We are gonna definitely go over time tonight.
Well, you have me. We always go over when I'm here.
And Chelsea's busy spoiling movies.
Yeah, this is the thing.
There's a lot of movies to spoil yet.
I would
Tune in.
I would like
Keep
to say
tuning
that
in.
for myself, I really liked Spider-Man this year.
Fantastic.
I mean,
I loved it.
it was such a fun movie.
Yep.
I haven't seen it.
If you
Well,
have-
Kelly.
do
I
yourself
haven't
a
seen
favor.
Logan yet either.
Go see Logan. Go see Spider-Man. Those are two movies that I really loved this year. For
what's
sure.
The guy that does Between Two Ferns. What's his name?
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it the Joneses? Like, there's a spy action movie where they had to go to suburbs, and he's like,
Keeping Up with the Joneses.
Oh, Keeping Up with the Joneses, where it's John Hamm and what's her face as the spies.
Those people. I really suck at people's names. So.
What about you, Kelly? What were some of the movies that you did see this year that are topping your list?
Well, we talked about John Wick there a second ago, and we saw Wonder Woman on Netflix finally, and then.
Is it on Netflix?
Oh, sorry, no, we rented it. Is it on Netflix now?
Whoa.
It's on Netflix now.
I haven't seen it, and it's on Netflix?
Yeah, it is. It's on Netflix now. Go get it.
I just got Amazon Prime TV. I have no idea how it works because I got
Watch
Prime, but I don't have
American
it.
Gods.
I keep hearing that.
So good.
Is Orville on?
No, it's not.
Watch American Gods.
Oh,
No, Orville's on Hulu.
Hulu? Okay.
I'm going to say this right
But
now.
that's still
If you
only
haven't seen
American.
Orville, go find it and watch it. It is so good.
Be a pirate.
We're gonna have to start a lightning round.
Go watch episode 3. No, seriously, make it to.
I haven't seen it.
No, I'm just saying, go watch it.
Episode and like this is.
You're wrong.
Brian the dog in space.
No. It's go. You're wrong. Go watch it. Go get it.
Your opinion is wrong. What are you, Twitter?
Ben can't get through 5 minutes of Orville.
I know, Ben. I know.
I feel like you
Really?
need to like muff up and try harder.
No.
Yes, I think you guys need to like just give it a good, honest effort. I honestly believe once you hit episode 3, you will be hooked beyond hooked.
I don't know.
It is so good. The themes that they have in it are so deep. It is really good.
I'd rather rewatch Son of Zorn.
Okay, so maybe then the question now should be like, what is the one movie that everybody should rewatch? That movie that you can watch like 15, 16
like
times.
Office Space?
Yeah, but
I'd watch Office Space again.
wait, Office Space has a movie?
Office
Space
Space
is
is
the
a movie.
movie. Oh no,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking of
The Office.
The Office. That's
Yeah,
what I was
Say
thinking. Office Space, yeah.
I'm still gonna go with because I just don't want anyone else to take this. Blade Runner. Blade Runner, I can still watch it 100 times over, and I still get something out of it. And also, Blade Runner this year.
Blade Runner.
It was so good this year.
That was another of our date night movie.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was such a great movie. Definitely go see Blade Runner. Yeah.
I know.
I mean, the movie to watch over and over again for me, I mean, I'm going to let my nerd roots show here. It's got to be The Princess Bride.
Oh yeah, Princess Bride.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lady in my office who hasn't seen Princess Bride, and
What?
I brought.
Is she an actual female?
Yeah, I brought the Blu-ray in. I'm like, you gotta watch this. It's amazing. And she had it for 2 weeks, and she's like, yeah.
That's,
Right.
well, have people read the books? Buttercup is so dumb in the books. Like, dumb. You're just like, this is slightly painful how dumb she's been written in this book.
Oh.
Because I've read the book. I like the book too.
The book is great. The movies are great. Sorry, not the book.
Aaron likes, Aaron likes Independence Day. That's the real one. Mine would be She's the Man with Channing Tatum.
Yes. Shout out to the late 90s, early 2000s rash of teen romantic comedies sourced from Shakespeare.
Right? They even
like 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
That was really good.
AKA Taming the Shrew. She's the Man is Twelfth Night.
Yep.
Thanks, Shakespeare.
How about you, Kelly?
Oh, Romeo and Juliet.
No,
I was thinking about all the other ones because she was onto something there. There was a lot of them back then. But movies I could watch. I could watch Scott Pilgrim over and over again. I could watch The Last Starfighter. I could watch again. I got a bunch of nerdy stuff that I could watch over again.
The Dark Crystal.
I think Ben Yendall has already said his choice is obvious.
The
Star Wars.
Sure, it's Star Trek.
The last
So just
is Genesis, right? Is that?
Yeah. This Star Wars Christmas special.
That's right.
Or the Ewoks Battle for Endor.
So now we're completely off topic.
That's way we're already out of time, I believe.
We're out in the sticks now.
So what's your next?
We're gonna have to take another quick break here.
I can need another donut. Yes.
We'll be back again after this break. All right.
Yes, we're gonna have to be right back after this break.
Right after these messages.
Hey, well, now we thank our sponsors. We don't have any sponsors.
So, what do you think about a D&D game?
I want to be in.
Oh yeah, you want it? Can we do this online so I don't actually have to go anywhere?
No.
we can stream it. It's great. We'll get Ben Yendall.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Do costumes count? Can we dress up?
We could.
Oh yeah, you could totally.
But we're gonna do an ad right now because I got the music playing. This episode of the Northern Nerdcast is brought to you by the Alberta
Podcast Network.
That's right, powered by ATB. I'm going to tell you that just being a part of the network has been one of the biggest moments for the Northern Nerd period. This has been.
We were so excited when we got the news.
It was amazing. But
congrats on that.
Thank you.
Thanks,
it's
Kelly.
been so much fun. I've met so many great people in the network.
Yeah.
I've talked to.
Are you okay? What happened?
It's okay. There was a spider. We're good.
Just a fire?
No, spider.
Wait, what? Oh, spider. Okay.
No, we're good. Just dropping things.
Fire. I was like.
Yeah. So, anyways, the Alberta Podcast Network has been such an amazing podcast network. We've met so many people over the last little while. The press start to join people are part of the network now, which is amazing. What else is there? I got a chance to be on another podcast, the Tight Ends podcast. It's the podcast
Football.
I got to actually talk about football on a podcast. And that's all because of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATB.
And it's only growing.
And if you want to learn
which we're really excited about.
Learn out more. If you want to learn more about the Alberta Podcast Network, I know I'm really terrible with wording tonight.
I don't know. We had a whole pile of words.
Yeah, we're just going to add them to the list. We're keeping them on the pile here.
Where can people check them out, Dan?
Go to albertapodcastnetwork.com for the list of amazing Alberta podcasts, made podcasts. That's it. I want to thank everybody out there for watching. No, that's not kidding. I'm just kidding. We're not there yet. No. We are at the part where we talk about the upcoming events in the city. I have a whole bunch.
All the fun stuff for us nerdy folk to go out and do.
How many do you want?
I do.
Yeah, should we?
Wireless mountain.
should we hand this off to Kelly this evening, as he is the man in the know? Kelly, do you want to tell us all about the amazing events coming up in the city in the next little while?
Boy, do I. It's like I could start something that does that for a living almost.
I know, right?
I'm also thinking I should just bring you on for the last half of the show and, and just Skype you in for the last little bit here. That's...
Well, what am I excited about? Well, I mean, Christmas is coming up for sure. And then there's the Edmonton Twitchmas, they're calling it. It's a charity live stream on the 30th. Then there's an ugly sweater party on the 29th, which is at the Gamers Lodge. And then, what am I really... Oh, yeah. I got to tell you about something. Coming up, there's 4 shows in January from Rapid Fire Improv, and it's Star Trek-themed improv.
Yes.
Nice.
And I can't say, I really can't say, especially not on air. I can't say, but they have special guests.
Have a connection to something that is happening. I'm gonna put my, but I may get a special guest out of this deal. Just I know that.
Tune in the new year, folks.
Yeah.
We're hooking you left, right, and center.
Pay attention. Check out the Nerd List post. Follow the link and check the days, because it's every Saturday in January. The Star Trek Red Shirt Diaries, they're calling it, and there are special guests.
Yes.
My
When I say special guests, they are special.
When it was at the Fringe, she was Beverly Crusher. So
we may have a special guest appearance.
Some sort of
because of this.
7 relation. Maybe?
No, this was the.
Oh, fine. Well,
No, this was the thing we would at the podcast party. I talked to you about.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
like I know.
Right. Maybe off air we'll talk about it again. But
what other fun things are coming up, Kelly?
Well, there's also Taste of Animathon coming up end of January.
Yes.
And hang on, there was something else I wanted to tell you about. I mean, tons of trivia coming up.
We got Taste of Animathon is actually mid-January. Is 19th. Is January 19th.
Sorry, what's that?
January 19th is Taste of Animathon.
Yeah, running for January 19th and 20th, and then the Thursday thereafter is Dark Matter's Game On, which I'm pretty excited about. Actually, Dan and I went there last year. It was a riot. It was hilarious.
I know, and we are gonna. I'm going back to this one.
Garrett.
What?
We're gonna get you there.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going, and we are gonna have another dance off. I know, like, this is a thing. You're going down.
Oh.
Just saying. Right
You
now.
heard it here, folks.
This is
live challenge on air
by Mr. Kelly Froese. I'm gonna say it right now. I graciously was defeated by Kelly, but I am bringing my A game.
Keep practicing.
To this. I haven't.
So if you want to see some serious nerd dancing,
yes,
you too should head out to Dark Matters at the Tellus World of Science in January to watch the epic battle proceed.
The rematch, the dancing.
Kelly, you know when the Tellus World of Science does the astronomy viewing again, where they like open the observatory? That happens?
I don't know. I don't know if they've announced it yet.
Oh, okay, because like weren't they rebuilding that building? They were rebuilding an observatory.
They are rebuilding an observatory, and they've also the Margaret Ziedler Star Theater. That's out of commission for a while because they're upgrading it to 4K resolution.
Yeah, because they took out Sophie. She's gone, isn't she?
Pretty sure.
The smart projector's name is Sophie.
Yeah.
God.
No, I thought she's still there.
Is she? Because like I know you can rent it for a wedding, and like she's under, and there's like a full stage over top of her now.
Oh.
Like there's no like down bit where she goes.
I don't know. I thought she was still there. I could be totally wrong.
I'm trying to fill up my calendar for the new year, so
you should find out.
I will.
If anyone can Google that for us by the end of the show, that'd be great. What else did we have in the list of stuff that's coming up in the next little while?
Nerd Night is coming back. They've got a new home now that the Needle is closed down. They're going to be at the Fringe Theater, the ATB Arts Barns.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then ton of fun. Like I said, there's a ton of fun trivia coming up. I'm just starting to fill up my calendar for 2017, but there's a Pride and Prejudice marathon coming up. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yay!
I also want to point out, like, I mean, this is way into the new year, but Video Games Live is happening in Edmonton as well.
Yeah, I was working my way up to that.
I know, but I
that's
wanted to
payback.
do at least one thing here.
You wanted to win something in between the competition between you guys.
Oh, it's a competition. Oh, okay. All right.
There's no competition.
You're
Sorry,
right.
you download all the single ladies, and we will we'll see who the biggest nerd is.
Well, I know tabletop, for those fiber artists out there, they do a lot of like knit and purl.
Yeah, knit pearl play. We went to that. Actually, Kaylee and I went to one.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot. And I mean, then I'd be like watching Netflix, and I'm like crocheting in my bed, and I'm like, oh right, I was gonna go socialize today.
Samantha, while I'm still here, I just wanted to ask. No, whatever.
You're calling me Samantha, like.
Anyways, at CJ, at the radio station, CKUA, they have the Alberta ATB thing. What is that in there?
Oh, you mean ATB Cares?
Yeah, ATB. Is in there?
Oh no. Oh, so that's the ATB. Oh,
it's a branch thing, isn't it?
They're opening a new branch that's specifically for artists. So it's for people that can't get conventional loans because of the type of jobs that they do. So it's for like musicians or like people that are like painters and like craft shops, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Artisans, actors.
Yeah,
podcasters.
Yeah. And so like when you want to be like, you know, a fight choreographer and you need funding for school and stuff, and you go to a bank and you're like, hello, I want to do this. And they're like, that's not a recognized thing. ATB listens and cares. So we are
hitting all the bands
because I work for ATB, if you guys haven't figured that out. But they've opened a specific branch that'll specifically do stuff like this, that'll help those people.
Nice.
And that's in the CKUA building in downtown.
Yeah, just off Jasper Ave, or just on Jasper Ave.
But it's like a block away from ATB Place, so it's walking distance.
Nice.
Actually, so that new building that's
right across from the Shaw Conference Center.
Yeah. So the building that it's next to on like, I forget what corner it is. It's like kitty corner to Sun Life. That used to be the original ATB Place building before they moved it to Telus. So we're right next door to that and just a little bit down.
They're just taking over.
Oh yeah, no, ATB takes over everywhere. It's really great. Job security.
Nice.
Anything else there, Kelly?
Oh yeah, we've got 2 new conventions this year. We've got the Edmonton Prototype Convention coming up, which is for it started as board games, but it might accumulate into something, or it might evolve into something else as well. And then we've also got the Direct Play Expo coming up, which is brand new, and that's going to be for all types of gamers. So board games, any kind of tabletop, video gamers, card gamers. It's gonna have something to do with all of it.
Awesome.
That sounds really cool.
And that's pretty much all we have for tonight.
What was that we were talking about? ATB Cares.
We are going to donate tonight.
Yes.
But I do want to say, I want to thank everybody out there for watching. I want to say, hey, where can people find you, Kelly, on the web here? You can find me just about anywhere at edmontonnerdlist.com. On Facebook at Edmonton Nerd List. You can find me on Twitter at YEG Nerd List. You can find me on Twitch at Edmonton Nerd List. You can find me on Instagram at Edmonton Nerd List. I think I have a Google Plus that I don't use. That's also Google Edmonton Nerd List. I do have one, but we don't use it either. Google Plus. I am pretty sure all our videos end up on there. So just because it's linked to the YouTube. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube, but I never use it really. I don't feel bad about that. How about you, Marcus? I'm on Twitter at Marcus the Hirsch. And if you want to listen to a 6 and a 7-year-old play Star Wars role-playing with me and some special guests, we're also at Force versus Darkside on Twitter, and we just got on iTunes. Oh, cool! Nice. You're a straight up podcasting. Yep. Yeah.
It's contagious.
It's so much fun. We've had like a number of our sort of Twitter friends through Star Wars role playing and stuff message us and say, hey, I want to be in the show. So yeah,
It's
cool.
and it's lots of fun.
Awesome.
It's kids playing role playing.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
GME.
Do you want people to find you, Tim?
You can find me through Dan.
Go to northernnerdnetwork.com.
And then ask for Sam. I can't help with much things, but you know.
Yeah, you can find us on Northern Nerd at Northern Nerd on Twitter. That's _nerd. And then facebook.com/Northern Nerd, youtube.com/Northern Nerd Network, or on our very own website, northernnerdnetwork.com. I want to thank everyone out there for watching this edition of the Nerdcast. And I'm going to end it with this ending track. I have an actual track that I should probably...
Oh.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Yay! Episode 100!
Woo!
Proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATB. Check out their website at albertapodcastnetwork.com. For all things geeky and nerdy, including all of our social media platforms, go to northernnerdnetwork.com. Thanks again, and we appreciate your support.
Cue the smooth jazz.